In this video, we're going to be answering a subscriber question from Corey. Corey's got a question about requirements, and he's got a custom profile that he's created, and he wants to add special properties which can have different list dropdowns which he can select within a requirements table. You can read the question here with some more clarification down here. But essentially, we're going to be creating those enumerations, creating the custom profile, and then tabulating that. So to start, we have an example system of interest, our toaster, and some dummy requirements here. And this is just your requirements table out of the box. So you would just like right click, create diagram, do requirements. You'd see requirement table. You would create this new requirement table called requirements one. And then to add your requirements, you just drag the requirements package onto the scope field and you see it populate. So that's how we do that original requirements table. Now to add new columns. So the solution that he wants here is to be able to add these custom columns, such as verify method is out of the box and so is risk, but these criticality, status, stability, owner, maturity, cost impact, and schedule impact are new ones that I've created to show here. And so I could just double click and you see the drop down, and I could select one of these and essentially it would apply that. Now, something you might notice is that it changed it to this red check. That means that it's going to look like our red check here. So in my custom profile, I've created a stereotype, which is a special type of extended requirement, which is a special type of requirement. So, and that's where I added these attributes. So I clicked this black dot, and then I was able to add my attribute. So like new attribute, and then I typed the attribute with an enumeration. I created my enumeration on just a BDD within my profile. So if I look at where this lives, it's within this contractor X profile. You see my data types. I've added all these enumerations. So this is the value types, and then these are the enumeration literal values. So if I just click right here, create enumeration literal, it will add a new one. So essentially, these are my drop-down list selections that I could pick. So essentially, I would have my data types, and then I would have my stereotype attributes, and essentially I'm typing the criticality attribute with the criticality type value type right here. So that means that when I try to fill out the criticality field, I have these three distinct options. And you can see that I pretty much did the same thing with those other options. I'll delete that one that doesn't have any real use here. So that's how I built out my profile. To add that little check, you can just go to specification and you see the little icon, and I just picked one of the checkbox icons. You could use whatever you wanted to. I just tried to pick one that was reasonably similar to the requirement looking one, just because I thought that that would be most suitable. So once I've built all this out, your next question might be, how do I get from here to here? So if I'm right here, I can, change the column width as I want to, but then I can just click columns, and you'll see that risk and verify method are available to me just right there. And you may notice that all the other ones that are super special that I just created in the super extended requirement stereotype were not in that dropdown. So what I would do is go to select columns, and it's going to be in this list. Now this list is kind of hard to look at. So the way that I do it is I click this collapse all, and then I can look at the tags for the super extended requirement. If I open that up, all these tags are going to align with the parameters that we've created. So if I want to add criticality, status, or whatever, I can start checking these like that. And I click OK, and it adds them to the list as columns. And let's say I don't necessarily want all of them. I can just right click on one and go to hide like that, and it just hid that one. Or I can go up to columns, and now it shows me in this drop down all of those super extended requirement attributes that have been added, and I can just uncheck them from here. So if I uncheck them all, I'm back to just seeing the verify method and risk. So it's just some closing thoughts here about the requirement versus extended requirement versus the super extended requirement. So if I just type, or if I go to the specification of just the normal requirement and I go to the tags, you'll notice that I have this set of attributes. So I do not have verify method and risk within the normal requirement. Now, if I go to an extended requirement, the one with the E, and I go to specification and I go to tags, you'll see that I have the normal set of attributes from the normal requirement, but then I also have the extended requirement attributes, which include risk and verify method. So we can do the same thing with the super extended requirements, the one with the check. I go to specification of that, go to the tags. Now you see the abstract requirement attributes, the extended requirement attributes, and then the super extended requirement attributes. So that's how you can kind of stack the attributes on top of each other. And so essentially, if I were to add a risk value to a normal requirement, like if I put high right here, it's going to change this normal requirement to an extended requirement type. So we'll see that. So I click high, and you see the R change to an E. So if I add my custom columns here, such as criticality, and remember criticality is from the super extended requirement. So if I add a criticality as essential here, it's going to go from extended requirement to super extended requirement. And you see a little checkbox. So essentially, that's how it works. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Hope this video helped.